following presentation will encompass what it means to be interscholastic athletic administrator. As an athletic administrator, you are the head of the athletic department at whatever school you're currently working at. Needless to say, if you are the head of the department, one of the biggest requirements will be to be a leader. And in interscholastic athletic administration, being a leader means that you must motivate coaches and student athletes alike to work in unity towards a common goal. You must be able to have everybody want to achieve the same things and have everybody see the same vision. Additionally to that, success in athletic administration involves leadership in the forms of both compassion and accountability. You can have understanding to people and their flaws and their issues within your program. However, you also must hold coaches, student athletes, and most importantly, I believe, yourself accountable as an athletic administrator to produce a successful program. And additionally, an athletic administrator emphasizes and practices ethical decision making, strong communication, and fairness and equity to all members of the athletic program. One of the most important aspects of athletic administration is being able to properly market your program. Marketing your program for an athletic administrator begins with establishing, exemplifying, and maintaining the school's athletic brand identity. Brand identity is more than just colors and logos and the decal you have on your gym floor. It's expectations and relationships that create a vision of unity and success. In addition to that, you must properly identify potential sponsors and donors for the program. And once you've identified these sponsors and donors, you have to be able to develop different tactics and strategies to reach the different target demographics. For example, if you're looking to reach alumni, you'll have to come up with different strategies to reach young alumni of 20 years old who've just graduated and went to college, and 60-year-old alumni who graduated early in the 1900s. Having this ability is key in marketing your program, which is a very important aspect of athletic administration. The word interscholastic, when we refer to athletic administration, implies that your school and another school are going to be playing against each other in competition. With this in mind, facility and event management is extremely important to proper athletic administration. An athletic administrator is responsible for maintaining and distributing the schedule of all athletic events that are going to be held in athletic facilities. Additionally, you must be able to identify any areas of concern within athletic facilities. This could be a broken set of bleachers, a floorboard coming up in the gym, anything of that nature could be included. Um, Next, you must keep up to date with sports equipment inventories. So you must have a knowledge of what your program needs in terms of equipment for the different sports and what you have in excess of and what you'll need to include in the budget next year, what you can remove, things of that nature. And additionally, in order to properly facilitate and manage events, you must have an event management plan for larger events, including tournaments. This could, include, and it's not limited to, a schedule of events, a planning timeline, assignments for specific staff members that are going to be helping out with the event, job descriptions and expectations for those staff members and for anybody else included within the event. Things of that nature and whatever the school specifically speaks about including can definitely go into the event management plan. An athletic administrator must be able to have all of these things in their repertoire. Right now, I would like you to think of any interscholastic sport that you like, anything you played in high school, anything that you may have enjoyed watching, of that nature. Now, whatever sport just came to your mind, I want you to think about the equipment, the uniforms, the travel, and a whole bunch of different other costs that are involved with that. And that is why the financial aspect of athletic administration is so important to have a good understanding of in order to be a good athletic administrator. Uh, an athletic administrator should be able to, if necessary, develop and adjust the athletic budget from year to year. They should be able to make those minor adjustments on, like we had mentioned earlier, with facilities and event management. Uh, this amount of equipment is no longer needed. We are going to need more money allocated to this equipment for this sport. Things of that nature are very important. In addition to that, the athletic administrator needs to be extremely skilled in the art of fundraising and must be familiar and willing to work with booster clubs in order to bring additional funds into the program and into the school as a whole. And finally, you must be able to navigate equipment purchase prices based on the school's philosophy and spending ideals. What this means is if the school has an ideal that they would like to get the most equipment possible for the lowest price, then that is what you have to do when you reach out to these companies. You tell them we would like to get, a bulk discount on equipment. We need to get as much as possible. Then there are certain schools that have a not opposite but opposing ideal where they would like to get as much equipment as they can, but they want to get the best, highest quality equipment possible. They're worried about quality over quantity, and the price will not be the determining factor in that. So, based on whatever your school sets as those ideals, that is how you would be able to negotiate those equipment and purchase prices from different companies that can give you the same thing. An athletic administrator in an interscholastic athletic program is basically going to serve as the athletic department's human resources rep. With this being said, the athletic administrator must know how to properly recruit, screen, and interview candidates for positions within the athletic department based on, school standards and the missions of the school. Once these coaches are, recruited and eventually hired, the athletic administrator is also then going to be responsible for evaluating and assessing coaches based on, predetermined criteria by the school, which they had spoken about in hiring, and I'm sure goes into the coaching contract or possibly into a coaching expectations part of a handbook, somewhere written down so that way it's set in stone and it's not up for debate. And finally, in terms of the human resources aspect of athletic administration, a coach must be able to provide a sort of orientation for new coaches and staff members to then exemplify expectations and minimize the confusion on what exactly is expected from a coach. There may be a line in an athletic handbook that doesn't necessarily translate to a coach, so putting it into practice and displaying it in an orientation is the best way to clear up all of that confusion. Now we've come to the end of the presentation, and I'd just like to give some final thoughts on athletic administration and the role of the athletic administrator within a program. An athletic administrator can bring the program forward into the future, or it can set the program back, somewhere you can go 5 to 10 years, depending on how long the administrator is there. The role is extremely important, but it is not easy. However, with proper knowledge, skills, and experience, the job can be very simple, and along with teamwork, it can be done at a very efficient rate. And finally, a quote that I feel like describes the athletic administrator's role perfectly is you should not be able to find the general among the troops, meaning that as the leader of an athletic program, you should work just as hard, if not harder, as every coach, other staff member, and even the student athletes of the building in order to make sure that the program is a success. And that is the end of the presentation. Thank you so much for listening.